Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Sew Yourself a Capsule Wardrobe. I'm Deb and today I'm going to be showing you what I've been making over the past week, what's on my to-do list for the up and coming week, and I've been looking in my stash and picking out some fabrics that I'd like to make up for garments in my spring and summer capsule wardrobe. So if that interests you, stay watching. If you've been watching my videos over the past couple of weeks, you'll know that I took part in a live stream for the UK charity Mind UK, and that I did 5 hours of live streaming. But today I'm back with the normal edited format of my videos, so hopefully you'll be able to watch to the end without getting too bored. So okay, let's crack on and see what I've been making over the past week. Now, you may remember that during my final sew-along in the live stream, I started to make a pair of Pattern Emporium urban pants. I did the darts and during the sew-along, and then later on that weekend, I finished the urban pants off. And this is how they turned out. They're on a hanger at the moment because they've been in my wardrobe. They've turned out really well. I put on the waistband, I don't know if you can see that. I put on the waistband. The darts were all done already. I think I did the second lot of darts, didn't I, when I was doing the sew along, and the first lot of darts as well. So all I had to do was stitch up the legs, stitch the pants together, obviously down the crotch line, and put the waistband on. They fit absolutely perfectly. They're in navy ponte, and they will be a fantastic addition to my spring capsule wardrobe. To be honest, that's all I've made this week. I finished the pants off. I haven't made anything else for myself. I do have a few things that I want to make, and this weekend is Easter weekend. It's Good Friday today. And what I do want to do is finish off the Keeley cardigan that I started to make again in one of the live sew-alongs. I got as far as putting in the sleeves and stitching up the side and sleeve seams, the underarm sleeve and the side seams on the cardigan. But I still have quite a lot to do on it. Well, not that much to do, but it's enough to do. It's obviously not finished. I'll just pop that on the hanger so you can see it a bit better. So this is a V-neck cardigan from Rebecca Page. I'll put the graphics somewhere up here probably. It's got a V-neck and I'm doing the short version. But so far, and like I said, I've put the sleeves in and done the side seams and the underarm seams on both sides. So what I do need to do to finish is put the neckband on and do the buttonholes on that, and do the hem and the sleeve hems as well. And when that's finished, it will be done. So hopefully that will be something that I can finish over the Easter weekend. Before I go on to show you what I found in my fabric stash that I want to make up, I'd like to say a quick thank you to Jen of Jen's Sewing Room for starting the hashtag Friday Sews. It's a fantastic community where all us sewists can get together and vlog on Fridays and tell you what we've been doing in the week and show you our plans for the up and coming week. I think it was my first ever hashtag Friday Sews video where I said that I'd like to look through all my fabric stash to pick up out some fabrics that I'd like to make up as garments in the coming 12 months. Angela from her channel Just Me and My Fabric is taking part in a stash sew down, or she's challenged herself to a stash sew down. And I thought that was a really good idea. I have so much fabric that I really do need to trim back how much I have. So from the beginning of the year, I've only been buying what I really need to buy to make things up for my capsule. I had a parcel arrive a couple of weeks ago, and I've got one arriving hopefully over the weekend, which is a piece of navy cotton lycra. In fact, it's just the same as this, because I want to make myself a dress, my capsule. I wanted a navy dress because my neutral is navy. Yeah, so I've only bought what I actually need, absolutely need, to buy so far in 2023. And I've gone through the fabrics in my stash to find some fabrics and dig out some fabrics that I'd like to use. So let's start with the disaster, shall we, to start off with? I have this piece of navy rayon in one of my stash boxes. I've had it for quite a long time. I've had it for over 20 years. I bought it, I think, before my oldest son was born, and he's 24 this year. It's a beautiful drapey navy rayon. It's got a slight crinkly fit. And I thought that would be fantastic for Pattern Emporium coastal side split skirt. So I put it into the washing machine, only to find, when it had been washed, that it had a series of holes in it. Now, you probably won't be able to see these holes because they're very small, but dotted over in patches in the fabric, there are small holes. I don't know whether it's from the fabric disintegrating over time, because it's rayon, it's a natural fibre, or whether it's just literally being stored, or I don't know how it's happened. But I was really quite disappointed because I really wanted a coastal skirt. So what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to make the coastal skirt without pockets. I'm going to put a graphic up here somewhere. I'm going to make it without pockets, so I need less fabric. And I'm going to do 2 side splits in it. So again, I don't have to put the pattern pieces onto the fold. And I'm going to put a yoga waistband at the, obviously at the top. Obviously it's going to go at the top, isn't it? And I'm going to try and make, I'm going to try and make the skirt from that piece of veiled fabric. I'm obviously going to have to cut around the small holes, but I think I'll be able to do that. So hopefully I'll be able to get a coastal skirt out of that fabric. When I started to look through my fabric stash, I did realise that I had quite a few fabrics that I could make a coastal skirt out of. And again, they've been in my stash for a very long time, and you know, it's about time they were used. This is one fabric that I got from Abercan a long time ago. Yeah, a long time ago. I got it from Abercan in North Wales, in actual fact. I'll just hold it up, shall I? I think it's a viscose, or a, yeah, viscose challis of some description. It's got these geometric shapes over it, but it's also got blue in it, and I think it's kind of a chambray lavender, but it's definitely got taupe in it as well, in yellow and navy. Now I thought that because it's near to my face, it probably doesn't look very appealing, doesn't really suit me. So I thought that again would be a really nice coastal skirt because it's got a really fantastic drape, and I think I've got enough of it. I don't know, I might have to make it shorter, but I'm going to see if I can get the coastal skirt out of that piece. And likewise, I really love this fabric. I've had it in my fabric stash for about 10 years, I think. It's a piece of cotton with all these feathers over it. I think it's really fun, and it's got sort of highlighted with gold printing in some of them. There's lots of feathers, and I thought again that would make a really fantastic skirt. I'm going to go for a coastal skirt again. I'm a bit obsessed with the coastal skirt. It's a new pattern from Pattern Emporium, but I think I've got about 2 meters of that, and it's quite wide, the fabric, so I think that would make quite a nice light coastal skirt for the summer. It's got lots of my colours in there that I've chosen for my colour palette, including white, there's navy blue and cerise pink in that. So with some nice tops, I think that'd be a really good addition to my wardrobe. And again, another coastal skirt, I thought. This fabric I bought from a friend of mine who was getting rid of some of her remnants. I know this is cotton. I don't know where it came from originally. It's got huge big roses over it, quite a vintagey feel. And again, I thought a skirt would be nice in that. It's an off-white, but it's got the chambray blue and navy in it. And again, that would make a really lovely skirt for the summer and spring. So fabrics a little bit newer into my fabric stash are these two pieces of cotton. I've actually got more than two pieces, but I have rolls of this fabric. I had them to originally make circle skirts. I used to make vintage style circle skirts for a vintage shop, or vintage clothes shop where I used to live in Leicester. And I've got some of the fabrics left. I don't make circle skirts anymore, I just make vintage style accessories, and that's my business. But yeah, I've got some of these fabrics left over. So as my colour palette card or colour card for this season has white as a neutral, I've got some white cotton there. I measured off 2.5 meters of white, and I'd like to make cocoa pants from Pattern Emporium. They're wide leg trousers with the fabric needs a nice drape, but then they are put onto a yoga waistband or an elastic waistband. So I thought a yoga waistband would be perfect for that. And again, I have this gorgeous bright pink, which is definitely one of my better colours. And I'm going to make, again, some flowy cocoa pants with that fabric as well, again with the yoga waistband. So that is on my list of things to make up. So moving on to even more vintage fabrics that I got from my stash. They're not vintage in terms of style, they're vintage in terms of age. I think I bought this fabric back in the early 90s. So we're talking about 30 years old, aren't we, to be absolutely honest. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is viscose chalet. Viscose chalis, however you say it. I've got a really nice piece of that. It's not big enough for a skirt, but it definitely is, up to my face, one of my colours. We've got navy, white and kind of a bright blue there. And it really is lovely and vibrant. I don't know how much I've got of that. I bought it as a remnant piece actually from a shop that I used to visit quite often in the UK. It's probably closed down a long time ago. But it was such a beautiful, soft and flowy piece. I couldn't give it up at the time. I couldn't pass it by. I'd quite like that to be a top. But I would have to twirl whatever pattern I'm going to make up, because I would not want to waste that piece of fabric at all and mess the garment up. So yeah, that's one of my precious fabrics, but I'd love to make it up for the spring and summer. Again, this is a nice bright turquoise. It's bright blue, not turquoise itself. But again, it feels like cotton lawn, if I'm honest. I'm not sure where I got that from. It might have been from John Lewis, again, probably 30 odd years ago. It's such a lovely, soft, beautiful cotton lawn. It's absolutely gorgeous. I think actually, it flows beautifully. A nice cotton camisole would be really, really nice in that. This was definitely from John Lewis, back in that must have been the 90s. It's Swiss jersey cotton. It's dark navy, and again it's a piece that I've saved and saved and saved, and I haven't dared cut into it. I'm quite pleased I didn't cut into it, to be honest. It's not cotton lycra, it just is cotton interlock, and it has a mechanical stretch rather than stretch loaned to the fabric with lycra, as a lot of fabrics are today. It has a horizontal stretch, but it doesn't have any vertical stretch at all. So I'm looking for a pattern that has, or just calls for, two-way stretch rather than four-way. And I've got an idea to make the Jolie vest top by Sinclair Patterns up in that, because I've made it before and it really is a beautiful pattern. A few fabrics that are newer acquisitions, or well, they're not brand new. Again, I think it's about sort of 8 years ago that I bought them. When I started making vintage style skirts, I had this idea that I was going to make myself some vintage style dresses, you know, with the big skirts and the sweetheart necklines, and I would have loved to have done that. But I had absolutely nowhere to wear them. You know, I work from home. I'm not going to potter around in a vintage style dress. And this is one of the fabrics I bought to make myself a vintage style dress. It's navy with kind of off-white leaves and flowers on it. Absolutely beautiful piece of fabric. And again, I think that's destined for either wide leg trousers or a skirt. I've got quite a lot of the fabric. Maybe I can get both items out of it, I don't know. But that is just stunning. Again, I'm so glad that I didn't cut into that piece of fabric, because it's just so glorious. And the final piece is, I'm not entirely sure how long, have I showed you this already? I'm not sure that I have. I'm not sure how long this has been in my stash. It's rayon, it's a rayon. It's kind of a blotchy kind of, I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of blotched. Maybe if I turn it that way, maybe to see it better. It's kind of a blotchy effect. That would be a fantastic sundress if I could get the right pattern. In other news, I have bought a few patterns this week as well. All from Pattern Emporium. I've bought 2 dress patterns. I've bought the Wanderlust dress and the Going Places dress. I've also bought 2 shorts patterns, and I'll put the pics up here to show them to you. We're going on holiday in May, which is next month, and I'm going to start looking at things to make to take on holiday. Again, it's going to be a capsule wardrobe. It's going to be a capsule travel wardrobe. So I need shorts, tops and something for the evenings. So I'll be showing you those over the next couple of weeks, hopefully. Okay, well that's all I have for you this week. It's a bit strange, really awkward. It's a bit strange that I'm chatting to myself today. For the past couple of weeks, I have felt like there's been somebody on the other side of the camera, and I've been doing my live stream and I've been able to chat and not worry about what I'm going to say or what I need to say. Actually recording a video and then doing the editing is a bit more daunting this week for some reason. I have no idea why. Anyway, thank you for sticking with me. If you've enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. Please leave a comment. Hitting the subscribe button costs absolutely nothing at all, but it is a way, including the liking the video and the leaving a comment, to support the channel and helps boost my videos up in the ratings. So thank you for doing that, and if you've already subscribed, thank you. That's all from me this week. I'll see you next week for another #FridaySews video. Until then, happy sewing, bye bye.